Oh.
Whoa. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, Ron, so now just hit this.
Where do you see? Where do you see?
Today?
Where do you see?
Refresh it.
The greatest day of my life.
Scroll up.
Do it later.
Wait.
Just to share.
Yeah, you could do it later if you want. Where is it? There it is.
The leather gloves, the slapping in hands, popcorn peanuts.
I know, but I didn't share it.
We're working the stands,
Hit share.
pink cotton candy,
You go, okay.
love on a stick. He's
Well,
chasing
what
the
were you
beer, the trick of the lips, play ball,
Did you want to discuss anything in particular?
play ball.
Did you do it like a...
Roll
like
the
a
bases and
pepperoni?
smack it right over the wall. Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Live.
Live.
Here at Strong Island TV Paradise Studios
camera's
in
down there.
beautiful Long Island, New York, Massapequa, by the train station, by the Chinese restaurant. We have beautiful co-hosts today. We have Kevin Seaman on. Hello, Kevin. He's still working on the FDNY, Kevin. We have Mary Capone here tonight. Hello, Mary.
Hello.
And we have one of our regulars, John Santo, here tonight. He's gonna break a story here tonight as to how Santa flies. We're gonna go over that. He's got all kinds of technical stuff. He's opening his bag already. We have one of my wife's Christmas. Right? It's very nice. So we got some Christmas decorations, and we're good to go.
Are you trying to return it?
No, she leaves the
tag
tags
on
on. She leaves the tags on. She leaves them under the tree. The tags on. She has one for. They don't sell them anymore. Hallmark closed.
Oh, that's
Hallmark closed.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Where you been?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if it's 3 years ago. I made up 3 years to sound intelligent, but
I just
it's been-
wait a minute. I was just in the mall. There was a Hallmark open in the mall.
no, I don't think so.
Somebody told me that they closed.
They don't sell those anymore. Believe me, we used to buy them one every year.
Now you know what's interesting about Christmas?
Could you tell me
decorations?
one thing that's interesting about Christmas?
Half of my house, the storage in my house, is for a holiday to celebrate a minimalist. Jesus was a minimalist,
Amen.
right? I have so much Christmas stuff in my house.
Oh.
I got stuff I can't even put. Anybody who wants it, come to my house. I'll give you whatever you want.
Let me tell you
Take it
something.
right off the tree.
There's too
I'm a
much.
minimalist.
Kevin, how are you?
Too much.
There's too much. You know, this is why I try to look for something to do for Christmas to make me feel like it's really Christmas.
Like giving back?
Well, yeah, something like that's why we're doing the veterans.
Christ's characteristic.
What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do? We're going to the Veterans Hospital on Sunday. If anybody wants to join us,
Jesus would do that.
we're going there. We're gonna do a comedy show. We got John Consoli and Mike Keegan doing a show on Sunday.
Now John Consoli's a veteran, so that's
John
appropriate.
Consoli's veteran. He's been there a few times. Thank you, John, for coming down. And he went to Denver with me, John.
And you got Mike Keegan and John Consoli?
Both of them are on the show. Mike Keegan found out that we are feeding them lunch on this show.
So Keegan's in.
So all of a sudden, Keegan, good guy. He stepped up before he knew they were feeding him lunch. We are bringing them lunch. We do that once a year. We're giving them shirts. We're giving them gift bags. It's going to be a great day to
We
come.
also had the veterans from the
Was that
hospital
cool?
at the gala.
Was that cool?
And we a full dinner.
Was that cool?
Plus the show.
Oh,
The almost gala
Yeah.
we did, they brought out 6 of them.
6 veterans.
We're talking about, one of them was a World War II vet, I
I
think.
love that.
It was so awesome. It was
They
so
pull
awesome.
up in a bus.
many left.
It was great.
I know, not many left at all.
And there's a few there. Kevin, you got to come on Sunday. You got to join us.
I saw that,
It's a good feeling. We go once a month, so we're doing that.
What time is that at?
That's usually it's a 2:00 show on a Sunday afternoon.
Great.
Nobody visits those vets if they're not family. You know what I mean? It's in the ass end of Queens. I say this all the time. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it's very frustrating to me to walk away from there on Sunday, feel good. Oh, I did something good. I'm not coming back for a month. And these guys are in here every day.
Every day.
Not that they look forward to only seeing me.
Do they have other services coming in?
They do. They do have other things coming in. The recreation department, Vicky and the ladies and gentlemen over there do a great job. So it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. So making us some pasta, some, I think, chicken franchise,
Ooh, who's making
eggplant pump. I think I'm going to order the food.
Yeah, you're better off. You shouldn't make it.
No, I shouldn't
Order.
make it. No, I
Well,
shouldn't.
but these are
Kevin-
veterans. They deserve the better.
Kevin Kubler is our next guest. I shouldn't be talking to people off camera. I know, Bobby. Kevin Kubler is our next guest. He's sitting right here. Kevin has
Trust us, he's here.
has had some of my meals, and it's been 10 years since he's had one, and he's still recovering.
You mean when you cooked in the firehouse?
Nobody really. Well,
They let you do that?
they let me. They didn't let me. when the regular guys who cooked and didn't cook, I would, as they say, step up. And right, you got to step up to mess up,
So
right?
when the
Clean it
people
up.
are off on vacation,
Yeah.
people around sick.
Lasagna.
Tofu lasagna,
Then
I
they
would
got
not
I
do.
like
No,
that. I
no,
like
I don't
that.
make that though. I don't eat tofu.
I like that.
He would eat that because he's a healthy eater.
Yeah.
Half the company was
Yeah,
on
right on.
vacation or out
I
sick.
eat it.
You
Yeah.
would have
You were the best of what was
12
left.
by for a month.
What was that?
You would have the 12 by for a month. You would have
I
to
know.
go to the house watch at
I know.
midnight until
But let me
6
tell you,
a.m.
I didn't
if
make
it's
tofu. Don't listen to
tofu
him.
was-
I didn't
It's
make that.
ironic that you're a hazmat expert and you will have to cook.
Well, now Kevin's here, so you can't say I'm a husband expert because Kevin knows the truth. So when he comes on, he's going to tell you the truth.
He's the best hazmatician I know.
Olivia, I picked my baby up from college on Wednesday.
Where'd
I
she
love
go?
going up to Binghamton.
Binghamton.
You go to,
Nice school.
Taco Garage.
school.
If you go up to Binghamton,
Smart.
she's smart. She's
She
smart.
is smart.
Skips a generation, obviously.
It does. Thank you very much, Kevin, for being here. Thank you.
But you got the looks.
Yes, I got the
What
looks.
did I just say
That
about your
insult
daughter?
your
though?
daughter. I know.
saying
You just
is-
insulted your
What
daughter.
Kevin is saying is I got the looks and my wife doesn't. That's what Kevin's saying. Is that what you're saying,
That's
Kevin?
exactly-
Your daughter, really.
That's exactly
if you wanna
right.
She's a
call
good
it back
girl.
to the-
She's a good girl.
You got a good one?
I got one. I got two. I got one good one. No, Christy.
Three.
No, two girls.
Right around
Oh, but
Christmas
the good,
time?
he's a good boy, right?
He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
How old is he?
My son is now 34, and my
Oh.
grandson was just over. He's 3 now, and he was a dick today again. No, he was a good boy today.
That
He was a good
joke
boy.
is the
Three?
best joke.
I know.
Don't give it away.
I'm not giving
But that is the. He's not really calling his grandson a dick.
No, he just acts like a
But
dick.
that is a good bit.
Olivia got a 93 in chemistry. Taco Garage up in Binghamton. We're doing, and I booked the show when I was
Taco
up there, of
Garage.
course. The Retired Firefighters Cancer Foundation. They donate to hospitals who are doing cancer research. A lot of the cancer research that firefighters get, that type of cancer. So he raises money, this guy from the Binghamton Fire Department, retired, was the head of their local. We're doing a show up there in March.
Nice.
May. You may be on the show.
Let's go see the Binghamton Rumble
they-
Ponies.
The Rumble Ponies are
What is
leaving
that?
What?
What
Oh, right. They might make
Coney Island.
Is that official?
Horse racing?
Is that a roller?
racing?
Major League Baseball has
Smash.
a lot of little teams, as I say to my kids. They get the
Minor league.
Minor-
team.
they got
Double
AAA,
A.
double A,
That's
single
their
A.
double A team.
They're getting rid of
that
a
better
lot
than
of
triple?
single A teams.
Triple A's in Syracuse.
Yes.
For the
Is
Mets.
double A better than triple A?
Yeah.
No,
No.
lower.
No.
Oh,
Single-
so
there's
it's triple,
four-
2,
Singles
1.
In general.
There's 4
Okay.
single A teams, amateur, and then there's advanced A. Then you go to double A.
We
and
just
triple A,
lost
then
10
Navy.
followers just there with the
We'll do
AAA.
a
See,
whole-
because nobody wants to listen about baseball.
Well, we'll do a whole show about that as we get closer.
Yes, that'll
went
be
to
very
AA.
interesting. Huh?
I was in AA. I don't know if that.
That counts.
That's double A.
At least I didn't go to AAA with it. So,
So,
that was pretty good.
anywho, check out the Taco Garage is what I was trying to get. The smothered burrito up there, delicious in
Are they a
Binghamton.
sponsor?
I think I'm going to take a 5-hour drive for a burrito.
I'm saying if you're in the area, Mary.
I mean, in the
You know what?
area,
You know what?
sorry.
I
It's
said?
only worth an hour drive. It's not worth the 5.
I played the lottery. The
5,000
lottery's
calories.
over $300 million, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do if I win?
What?
I'm going to buy you a Wawa.
I would.
Oh, you like
I'm going to
Wawa?
buy you a
Oh,
Wawa.
Wawa is.
Why? What's so great about? I've
He
been to the
loves
Wawa.
the Wawa.
I
He
take
loves
pictures
Wawa.
in front of Wawas.
Why? What's so great? I've been.
Have you been to one?
Yeah.
Do you like 7-Eleven?
Yes.
It's
Then you have to
7-Eleven
love Wawa.
on steroids.
7-Eleven?
The coffee is similar to 7-Eleven.
Better. Everything is better than 7-Eleven. Everything.
Wawa.
I'm going to make you a Wawa with a full service restaurant.
Something's wrong if I'm rating service rest stops.
He goes nuts when he
Go to
sees
a restaurant,
Wawa.
John.
There
Go to a
was-
nice
My kids do
restaurant.
the same
There was
thing.
one day,
when they
Kevin.
go on lacrosse trips.
Yes.
It's part of the trip is going to a Wawa.
There you go.
You're right. I know
but
because
I
you're on the
I think
I
you're
don't
going
get
to
it.
disagree here. We'll have to
But-
ask Kevin.
What's the other one that?
I go to McDonald's.
Oh, there's so many.
Dairy Queen. My son would always want to
Dairy
stop at
Queen.
because we don't have them around here.
One-
now
we
we
do.
do.
One on
Now we do
Sunrise.
on Hempstead Turnpike.
One on Sunrise.
One day when I was traveling across this great country, I was in Florida. I had breakfast in a gas station. I had lunch in another gas station.
I can't wait
and
to go
dinner
away with it.
in a gas station. But I'm saying gas stations, some of these places around the country have a nice barbecue place attached to the gas
Yes,
station.
yes,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
But it was funny. When I got home, I go, I had a gas station 3 times today.
I'm traveling with you in February. I'll take you out to dinner.
Where'd you go
We're
on
not
your
gonna-
honeymoon?
don't
Where was your
wanna-
John and I are going to do 3 shows in Florida during Met spring training.
Oh.
I seem to have made a contact the other day with one of the Mets coaches. We may be getting some special treatment.
Maybe.
I'm not saying anything yet, but 3 shows we're going to be working with Blue Alert, a wonderful charity. We're going to be working with the Port St. Lucie Benevolent Firefighters. And the other show, this is really cool. VFW Hall. I love working with VFW Halls and those salt of the earth people. I love working with those hosts. VFW Hall. FDNY retirees meet there. One of my ex-captains got us this gig. And I said, guys, what do you want to do the show for? What charity? I like to do a lot of it for your charity, a little bit for Laughter Saves Lives. All Laughter Saves Lives.
Wow.
Oh.
Isn't that nice?
That is nice.
So
Only the gala and this show are Laughter Saves Lives exclusive charities.
And Hewlett Fire Department. Chief
Oh, right,
from
Hewlett,
the
right,
FDNY,
right.
Chief Matt Neary, who I worked with as a firefighter.
Yep.
Johnny, we're giving all the money to you.
I forgot that
Matty
one. Yep, and
Neary.
Hewlett.
Nice.
Chief Neary, not Neary. Neary was Chief Nelson,
Nelson.
not Nelson. Yeah, Matty Nelson.
Yeah.
Matty Nelson.
Sorry,
Good
I
guy.
forgot that one. So now we got 3. That's amazing.
Save the world, people. Save the world.
Do we know where these
A little
shows
bit at
are?
a time.
In Florida? Like
Yeah,
what
we
part?
do. We do. The Ooh Galley Theater, we're doing a show on the 22nd. Ooh Galley.
222
That's
is
the
the
big
theater?
show. We may
Big
have
show.
Richie Minavidi on that show.
Awesome. I never
and
met
then-
Richie. I'm looking
Neither
forward
have
to
I.
that show.
And then we're doing Thursday, Friday, one in Port St. Lucie in the hotel.
Yep.
That's Hilton Garden Inn in Port St. Lucie. She's donating 16 rooms for the fundraiser. 16 rooms. What I mean is 4 rooms, 4 nights. 16 rooms.
Right.
Is that nice?
That's very nice.
Oh, I
Who
thought it
donated
was
this?
16. Where are my security people going to stay?
Bah!
We'll
figure
find
it
a
out.
place. We'll find a place.
We'll figure it out.
And by the way, none of those rooms go to you. You're a.
Oh,
Oh, you guys share?
I'm going to sleep in the car.
I'm bringing my son, my
Bunk
dad,
beds.
Oh.
but they're staying in my room.
That's good. Wait, so what is it, the big, because I'm going to promote the shows. I have a lot of friends in Florida.
Well, I'll give you the flyers this week. The flyers should be done this
Oh,
week.
we got flyers.
Well, of course we got
Oh,
flyers. Laughter
perfect.
Saves
I'll wait
Lives.
for the flyer.
I want to get Mary Capone on another show. She did a wonderful job on the show I was on. She's getting to be too big for me. She's getting to be,
Okay.
big.
Yep. She
And
is
Kevin
big-
has
big
never
shot.
done a Laughter Saves Lives show.
Oh, it's a lot of
I
fun.
guested one.
Wait,
Well, that
we
show
did
was
it. You were
I
on the Nutty
Yeah, but I
Irishman.
was-
That
The
was-
Nutty Irishman I ran.
That wasn't Laughter
was mine.
Saves Lives? Oh, that was your show,
We
right.
helped promote it at the end a bit, but yeah, that was the one I ran through that.
I am on another one in Wantor.
Oh, you're on that one.
January.
That's going to be a good night.
Thanks
Wantor
for
Fire
remembering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paul
you're there?
Bond.
Oh, the fire.
No, that was
department
my
ones are great.
firehouse.
Paul Bond and Tom DiDario, I told
Love
you
them,
already,
yeah.
are on that show.
Love Tom.
And I just
How was
added-
he last time?
Just
Who?
added Les Deegan.
Oh, Les texted
I have
me.
to tell you,
I love
we
Les.
did that little show in
I
the
can't
third
do it
rail.
for another 7 years.
Yeah,
No, 5 years. It's only seven,
Oh.
7
I
years.
rotate my comics every 7 years.
7 years.
We did a show in the third rail. I called it the Rising Comic Show.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to look at some comics that are working the open mics and are killing it, and have 5 to 7 minutes of funny. And we threw Les on the show. He wasn't one of those comics. We had Fat Jay close the show,
Yeah.
did a nice job. Les Deegan opened the show and was the highlight of the night. Everybody.
Les is amazing.
I was like, oh my God, Les, when did you get this funny? I knew he was funny and nice,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he did a great job.
Can I plug Les real quick?
Yes.
I have Les on my radio show, which is immediately following this broadcast.
That's right. Les Deegan.
9 p.m.
Hey,
He's a
Bobby,
good guy.
can we show the Life Act commercial now? Is that possible? Okay, so we're going to go to Life Act and then we'll bring out our guest, Kevin Kubler. Life Act, have one in every house, people. Come on out.
What is it?
Please listen. This is a LifeVac. It's easy to use and can save a life in an airway emergency. LifeVac is proven to save lives, and it's as simple as place, push, pull. I've had one in my kitchen and one in my car for years, and you should have one in yours. Choking is a leading cause of death. 5,000 people a year die from choking, 1 child every 5 days, and it can happen in just 4 minutes. There's no time to wait. If you have children in your home, please consider your LifeVac today.
And we're back. Laughter Saves Lives live with our guest Kevin Kubler. Just jumped in here. He's on the right of the screen. I'm looking to him left over here.
Is he on?
That's
Okay,
the other
okay.
Kevin.
That's the other Kevin.
Wait, you booked 2 Kevins on the same show?
I'm an
And
idiot.
bookends.
That's so
I'm an idiot.
confusing.
Bookends.
Why there's so many people watching?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call him
good-looking
Kevin.
Kevins.
I'll call him Kevin, and then I'll call him Kevin.
That'll clear
That'll
that
work.
up.
Kevin, did you wanted to talk briefly about car insurance? You had an issue with car insurance? 'Cause
Yes.
I'm going through that.
Yeah, it's
You have any problems with car insurance?
probably the worst time ever.
You first, because
Only
I might
when
be
I
able
don't
to
pay the
top
bill.
it.
Let me tell you. You know why she told me today I'm trying to renegotiate because I don't want to tell
told
you how
you what to do.
Christina Marie,
Can I ask who you have?
Christina Marie, right now I have Allstate. Okay. Christina Marie had 7 car accidents. 7. 2 of them I did, right? I showed up at the accident.
Little thing.
Little cash.
Cash.
Have a nice day.
Something got in his hand.
If someone forgets about what's in his hand, what is that? Yeah, no idea.
You guys are saying the same thing.
Beverly Hills
Hilarious.
Cop 2,
Right.
Sidney
It's-
Bernstein.
They keep saying the
Yes,
same
and
thing.
who
I'm
was
like,
the
Who did
actor,
it? He
though?
did it?
It was
Gilbert Gottfried.
he did the same
He
thing.
did it. Maybe his
Kevin's-
hand. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
That's my wife's call,
Something they're both
bitch.
doing it at the same
Is there
time.
anything in this office that would make you forget what you had, Maddie? I don't
All right, so let's talk. Let me go back to this Kevin a second before I talk about car insurance. I used to work with Kevin at. I was in hazmat. He was in Squad 288. Kevin saved my life one day. You forgot about this?
That's a true story.
And I'm not kidding.
true
To
story.
my,
you play
because
wingman?
everybody else in the firehouse
Jumped on a
was like,
grenade?
"Oh, it's a bloody nose." I
want the
had
real
blood
story?
gushing down. I'm telling you, gushing down
That's
my
not a
throat.
bloody nose.
Wasn't a bloody
It's a
nose. It was
hemorrhage.
much more than that. And everybody was like, "Oh, you're right."
Brain damage,
And this,
obviously.
Everybody else was saying, oh, he's
and he came in the bathroom
all
and
over the
treated
place.
me.
What a sissy.
Yeah.
Who else? You know who else? Do you remember?
No.
Me and Pete Brennan.
Pete Brennan helped me.
Me and Pete Brennan and you.
It was obviously
When Pete
brain-
Brennan was lost
brain
on
damage.
9/11.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't remember that.
Yes.
Wait a minute. What was wrong?
He had,
I had ultimately I had this. Can you see this cut? I had this clamped. I had an artery clamped up
he
here.
had
They cut-
blood. I opened the door and there was blood all over the floor.
Well, how did that
I'm gonna
happen?
faint. I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna
John
faint.
was slumped in the corner, all looking white.
Oh, my God.
He was doing a sidewalk blue.
And guys are walking into the bathroom peeing.
But
Oh,
why?
the bloody
What-
nose.
But what happened that caused this?
And he. Now, how did I get to the hospital? Was it ambulance or was it you
What
guys?
caused the bloody nose?
I told you I had my artery
An
clamped. There was an artery
that
issue.
was bleeding here.
But that.
Wait, they clamped it because you were bleeding, right?
he had a blown artery.
Well,
in his
that was the.
nose.
Blown
Right,
artery.
how did it start is the question.
How
It,
did you blow the
it just
artery?
started.
Oh, it just
I
started.
don't think I got hit in the
like, like
it
a
just-
an aneurysm.
It just started.
Oh, okay, that was the
Throw me a
question.
beer.
It just started. Yeah.
Wow.
It was scary.
They clamped it. I know they
It was
clamped
scary. But I don't want to take too much of his time, but that went on for 10 days
forgot
before I
all
had the
about that.
surgery.
Yes.
I was in and out of the doctor. What do they call the...
Yeah, nose and
He-
throat.
he went in there and he would burn this and burn that. I'd go home, bleed again. The next night I would come back and he always burn this and burn that. Finally, I was put in the hospital for whatever, the surgery. He didn't want to do this, the doctor. He didn't want to do this.
Why?
Because it's a...
Tricky?
Not,
I
yeah,
hate
it's
to
a,
laugh.
and he did everything and they were going to release me. And again, and he came in and the doctor panicked. He was like, and
my God, I've never
I looked
seen
at him
that.
and I go, Doc, we got to work together.
gotta go.
Okay is not
We
okay.
gotta
Anyway.
work together.
When okay is not okay. We got a gusher.
You scared?
It was bad.
Yeah, me too.
And who was the first one there when I walked out of surgery? Tommy Gardner. Tommy Gardner, my man. All right, so let's get back to Kevin Kubler. Tell us what you started here from your fire department experience.
I
And
started a clothing apparel line. Me and my other partner, Lou Afrano, you know.
I know Lou, good man, good man.
Yep. He came to me in 2014. He said, there's a guy down in Florida selling a boatload of shirts, fire departments.
Right.
So we said, if this guy's selling this many, why can't two guys from the FDNY do it? So
Yep.
we said, sure. So we started coming up with different shirts that had a little FDNY
Flair to them.
flair to it, yes. Pull up your boots, we're going to work. Shirts,
Okay.
that say,
All right,
old
sure.
school sayings,
Yeah.
old school stuff
I love
like
that.
that. Then we started to come out with whole different products like a Halligan bottle opener, a nozzle bottle opener,
It's cool.
Great stuff.
a cigar cutter that's a partner saw.
Wait, what is the saw? Because my
It's a
ex-husband
partner
tried
saw.
to patent something to saw
No, this just cuts
the,
cigars.
Kevin,
rods
who
off the window.
designs this stuff here?
Me.
On.
I'll be
who
right
makes
back.
it?
Keep talking.
Well, you got to go to the
No, we forgot the cookies.
You okay?
Oh,
We got the cookies.
all right.
It's got a bathroom break.
Because
I
we need
already
to know how Santa Claus flies.
I'm going to be
All
right
right.
back with
Santa
that.
Claus.
So it took off. We get orders from all around
Is that
the world.
shirt from?
This is one of mine. Yep.
Yeah, no, Racing the Reaper. That's
Racing the
pretty cool.
Reaper, saving lives.
Making grabs and saving lives.
That's it. Making grabs.
Making grabs.
Oh,
Yeah,
grabs.
and we go to trade shows all over the country.
Oh, they would
Which is
love
pretty
that
cool.
stuff.
And so it's successful.
Love it.
Eat it
Yeah,
up.
we're getting orders from Germany, Italy.
No way.
So then we just started a little podcast doing
Well,
the
you
same
put
type of thing.
FDN,
Wow.
not to
Can't put
brag, but
FDNY
you can't put FDNY
Nope.
on. Okay,
We already
'cause I was
got the
gonna say
call.
you
I told
do that,
Johnny.
and
They
it's-
know you're from
then
the
it's-
FDNY.
yeah,
Give you a little
exactly.
break.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Wait,
it's like Calvin Klein.
Wait,
for
why
these
can't you use
guys.
that?
It's patent.
Because
It's
then you have
It's official.
Yeah.
The trademark.
They would need a trademark.
That's what they call.
My logo used to be FDNY Comic, and then I got a letter from the shitty lawyers.
You're kidding.
Yeah, and so did he. He got. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
She was very nice. No.
She's very
That's the
nice.
second letter from lawyers we got. The first one, we used to be called Salty Dog. Because you know what a salty dog is.
Yeah.
Or in
And what's wrong with that?
You know how many salty dogs there are all over
There
the
was
world?
one in Huntington too.
They're all
What's-
over the place.
Yeah,
Oh,
what is
yeah?
it?
So I got a letter in the mail saying cease and desist. That
Who was that from?
there evidently
What is the
is
salty
a hotel in
This
North
guy who's
Carolina.
been on job for a long time.
They have a chain of
Like, if you're
hotels,
Yeah.
salty,
and their
like, your
restaurant is
helmet's
called the Salty
burnt up
Dog.
and stuff,
But it's a
like,
dog with a
special.
raincoat on.
I've heard of them. Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah. But so my lawyer said, I think we can beat this. You know, you're fire department apparel. They sell a
Right.
shirt with a dog with a.
Yeah, they don't have. Right.
I says, all right. Well, how much will that cost? He goes, probably about 6 figures. I go,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we'll change your name. We're
Yeah,
good.
we'll change-
I'm good.
Yeah.
now we're getting
All right.
salty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I had Laughter Saves Lives. When I applied for that name, the banking commission would not allow me to use the word saves
Oh, because of savings.
because of savings.
They
So.
can't patent the word
my
saves.
God.
It's the English language.
So we had but I didn't. It didn't cost me a lot of money, but we had to wait.
Yeah.
We had to wait for the approval because I love the name Laughter Saves Lives. I didn't want to use.
Do you know how you beat these cases?
What would you have
I'm gonna
changed
tell
it
you
to
the
anyway?
secret.
What there was other. I don't remember the other things they suggested, but
This is how you beat those cases. You ready? You call me up, right? I'll put on my best suit. We have the meeting at an airport on a private plane. I know a guy. You tell them, look,
me to set the plane.
we can afford a private plane. We can bury you with litigation. So you either sign here and take what we give you, or that's it. We're going to bring
Be
the full
ready.
weight of our law firm down on
You
you.
have a lot of good ideas.
That's a
lot
great
of good
idea.
ideas.
That might not be one of them, though. I don't know.
No, that's
I
a
know.
great idea. They get
Especially when they
the
call you
little
bluff.
lawyer, the little small-time guy thinks I'm a big corporate Fortune 500 lawyer. He'll shit in his pants.
All right, let's get back to Kevin's shirts, please.
So,
Kevin's.
apparel.
Apparel. I'm sorry, apparel.
Right.
So now you mentioned that there's some of this does go to charity.
Yes.
Yes. So talk about that.
We send a lot. We get them. I would say we get letters every day asking for donations, and we send maybe once a week.
That's nice.
We'll send a full basket. Oh yeah.
Who have you,
of shirts.
Name a few of the charities. I'm sure.
It's just fire departments from all over the country. Hey,
Oh.
we're having a benefit. Could you please send us a basket full of stuff? So
Oh, that's nice.
the one we just did this week was Vigiano.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
One of
Yes.
the guys that done it.
Nice.
So we sent them a huge basket. We send them shirts. We send them a lot of drinking paraphernalia. We have
Yeah.
Fire department?
Yeah, yeah,
Fire
yeah.
department, I'm shocked.
Shocked.
Oh.
Bottle
Really?
openers, pint
Must
glasses,
be the other houses.
koozies.
That's surprising.
What was that? Koozies?
Koozies.
What's a koozie?
What's a
You don't know
koozie?
what a koozie is?
What?
Oh,
I don't even
God,
know. It's the
embarrassing.
thing, that squishy thing people
Oh,
put about
all right.
here.
Keeps your
Keeps
beers
your beer
cold.
I thought it was like some sexual thing or something that everybody should
Well,
know.
you could,
No,
depending
like,
on
you don't know
how
what it was
endowed you
sexual.
are, you might be able to use
Yeah.
it.
Well, hold on. Did you hear what he just said? This
What's
is the
that?
kind of guy I am. He said everything with you is sexual.
How does a koozie go to
Imagine.
Maybe he thought
Koozie.
coochie.
That's a compliment.
coochie? That's what I hear.
A koozie, koozie.
So that's cool, Kevin.
Yes.
And hopefully we can do some stuff moving forward together.
Can.
I would love that.
We started a YouTube channel too. Getting
Yes.
Salty Experience.
Yeah, and how many of those did you do?
Only 2, but we're going to do podcasts.
That was good.
The Getting Salty Experience, what we do is we research a firehouse, like we did Ladder 103, 290, and we research where their original quarters were in Brooklyn. So
cool.
Like the original, like in the
Right.
1860s. We go to that location, we see what the building is now, we talk about when they started, then we go to the next
that's
firehouse
cool.
that they were at, and then we end up at the firehouse that they're at now. We talk about the firehouse.
Did you ever
the
present it
history.
to Netflix or Hulu or something like that?
Nope.
That would be a
Invest
great.
We
Yeah.
just started.
That would be
maybe.
huge. People would love that.
Huge.
The history.
It would be
Huge.
so huge.
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 A lot of
Huge.
people would love it.
Hugely.
Believe it. A lot of
Hugely.
people would watch
Wait,
it.
what's that? What's the huge word?
How many
We're not allowed to do that.
firehouses? Do we know how many houses are in their original place?
Not many.
Not many, right? 'Cause
No, if you had a firehouse with horses, number
Exactly.
one, yeah.
I tell
none of the-
about
the
the horses.
structure.
Who knows why they had Dalmatians in there?
to keep the horses
Dalmatians?
company, right?
Well,
And traffic control.
No.
they would spur the horses to move faster. They would nip at them as they
Oh,
were
really?
driving
Oh, they're like a
along.
herding. They're in the herding
Yes.
breeds. Herding dogs.
That's why you would see them running on the side of the horses on the way to the fire, and on
I
the
did
way
not know
back,
that.
they would be sitting next to the chauffeur in the seat on the way
That's
back.
interesting.
Oh,
That's
because they're in
interesting.
no rush to get back, obviously.
Correct.
Right.
My dog is, I have a Corgi and a Shiba Inu mix, and she's a herding dog. And same thing I learned for cattle. They run around and they nip at their ankles.
Now, some
Oh,
asshole
I
told me
thought
that
you
they
said
used black and white because they would stop at the
Herding,
intersection.
not herding.
Oh.
That would
Herding.
stop the traffic.
No, there was no
H-E-R-D.
traffic back then. Horse
Well,
and carriage.
okay.
Well, I mean, but other horses from going, you know. Well, whoever told me that, you're an asshole.
Well,
Liar.
Kevin, I'm
You
gonna
lied
ask
to
you
me.
told me
I'm
that
gonna ask
before.
Kevin a
You
question.
never
All
told
right,
me.
wait on me. What,
Here
what
we
do you
go.
got?
Here's a little trivia.
Little
for Kevin.
trivia.
Go ahead,
Why
Kevin.
do they call it a run when we go on a run?
Run.
Because the horses ran.
I would imagine the
firemen's
related
ran?
to
The fire
horse.
guys ran?
Where?
To the fire.
plug
To
ugly.
the horses.
The plug
The fire.
ugly.
They ran
front-
behind the horses
Right.
to the run. You would have to
Right.
get to the firehouse.
Of course.
And they would run to the location
And they would-
behind.
Of
Wait, they
course.
weren't
They
on
would
the
guard.
end?
No.
They would guard the fire hydrant.
Initially.
Because back
That's
in
plug uglies.
back in Boston Tweed days, Tammany Hall,
Right.
Boss Tweed said, "All right, if you put this fire out, if
get
you're-
paid.
You can pillage the entire place."
Or you get paid by the insurance company.
Yeah.
You would get paid by the insurance company. So,
So
what they would
the
do, put a
biggest guy
barrel.
in the engine would go get there first, and he would kick the crap out of the other company.
Or he
Did
would
you say
put-
something about the Johnny plug just now?
Yes.
'Cause that's our logo, the Johnny plug. The
okay.
laughing fire hydrant.
It is.
Wait, my
Johnny
son did
plug.
something similar. He worked in demo after the fires and pretty much, what's the word?
Pillage?
They had to run
Pillaged-
behind the truck
pillaged the
and
place.
then
I have
go
a
to
bunch
work
of
after they
Google-
got
You're
there.
supposed to
man.
talk about it.
Holy shit.
That's in
We didn't
shape,
say his
right?
name, but I got
And I
a
was
bunch of
lazy,
Google
you
homes that
don't
I'm giving
need
out for
closed
Christmas.
cab, just-
Hold on, have one guy talk at a time. She said,
Boots rolled
she
down
said,
on the way in.
my
Boots
son
rolled
used-
up on the way out.
That's old
my son
school.
used to pillage the place. Like, I don't think you should be
No,
talking
not
about
pillage.
They used to clean.
Clean
Clean
it out.
up,
Yeah,
that's the
clean,
word you were looking
clean,
for.
The
Clean.
Pilgrims, when the
Clean, I got a nice
Pilgrims
pair of
were the
hunter
first firemen.
So, Kevin,
What?
you've done 2 of these podcasts, which the second one was about our firehouse.
The first
Yes?
one was about our
The
firehouse.
first one, that's the only
second
one-
one's about 290, 103.
Okay, I didn't see that one yet. I saw the first one. Very well done.
Thank you.
You're very good on camera.
I try.
Very good at camera. You're very comfortable and relaxed there. That's why I want you in my screenplay if this ever happens,
Right.
because you're in the screenplay.
I am.
I mean, you're
What's
in it
my
already.
character's name?
Your character's name is Kevin Kubler.
Oh,
By the way, I got to get
Stretch.
approval to use your
Is
name.
it the bloody,
so
the
well
bloody
thought
nose
out.
scene?
No, we don't have the bloody nose
big
scene.
hit, yeah.
No, we don't have the bloody nose scene in
I didn't
there.
know
John
you were in
convulsing in the
screenplay.
bathroom.
So we have a call.
One of
the
the
ratings
funniest,
go?
one of the funniest guys in the firehouse. What was so
really?
funny is, and some of the guys we lost are funny guys. That's why I wanted to use comedy to remember them, because they made me laugh all the time. But what was funny is people would come in and go, "You're the comic?"
I used to
Like,
say
look
them
at
all
me,
the time.
and go, "You're the comic?"
Say something funny, will you?
Yeah.
Say something.
Are you?
Funny? They say
We
you're
tell
funny.
them that all the
I get that.
time.
But they-
Then when I went to a show, he was very funny, I gotta say.
Oh,
We have
thank you,
we have
thank
a
you.
caller, and then I have to bail because I have to get ready for my radio program.
All right, so you want to discuss? We'll leave. This is perfect. After this is done, you leave and Kevin will stay.
Kevin will stay.
And maybe he has some questions for John.
Yep.
This way we don't have to kick Kevin off.
So you wanted to know
I
how
wa-
Santa's sled
I
flies
want to
compared
know
to.
if Santa really flew. We know probably didn't fly. We know it's.
No,
you know,
he did fly.
All right, I know. Okay, he flew.
Wait, are children watching?
But if you had
Are we crushing dreams?
3 minutes
Yeah.
to describe,
Crushed a lot of dreams.
because I know you said 6 minutes.
No, I said.
I know
three.
you said 3 minutes to describe to us. This is how Santa flies.
Right.
Let's just put John on hold. This is how Santa flies. I want you to sell us
On how Santa flies.
on how Santa flies with his thing.
And you fly all
You
the
like
time.
that? You like
Yes.
that idea? Okay.
I love it.
Hold on. John, are you on the phone? John Solano, you there?
1 minute.
Hello?
You're coming in broken up, brother.
No, how does that sound?
Much better now. Well, better now.
All right, listen. Stay on hold 2 seconds. John Solano's going to explain to
John Santo.
John
Santo.
Santo's going to explain to us how Santa flies. I'm sure you're on the edge of your seat, John.
So you know how a
Santa.
regular plane flies, right?
I do know how a regular plane
All right.
flies.
So a regular plane flies
Yeah.
by being propelled through the air.
No propellers on
This
Santa's.
is kindergarten. Look at
Either
the
by
pictures.
propeller
Right.
with the wings.
Right.
So the air goes over the wings, creates a low pressure, and then
Right.
it creates lift.
Right.
And then the plane
Thrust.
propels through the air.
Okay.
Thrust, weight, lift, drag, and the 4 forces of flight.
Very nice.
We were just talking about this.
Now that's
What?
a regular plane,
Outside.
right? This is a model I brought in for you because I know you like models.
Of a plane, because I've
Right.
never seen
So
one.
the thrust comes out the back, and the plane is propelled forward through the air. But the plane has wings to generate the lift.
Right.
Now, this is Santa Claus's sled
No wings.
with the reindeer.
Right.
Now, Santa's sled is propelled by
So, did you ever see
reindeer.
Santa's sleigh? Did you ever see
Let
it?
me see that.
That's Santa's sled.
There you
over,
go.
over New York City.
Yeah.
So Santa Claus is actually in violation of the air defense identifications.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, so he gets fined. Anyway,
NORAD.
there are no wings on here. So how
Let me
does
see. Let me look again.
No wings.
No wings. You're correct.
Trust me, right?
What's his
So
else?
Santa's
Spread a little
sled
Christmas
is
cheer.
not flown by the four forces of flight like a
Thank
conventional
you.
plane.
How is it flown?
Christmas magic.
Spirit.
Come on, didn't you watch
The
Elf?
spirit of Christmas.
Sing
it
a
the same
song of
way he gets
Christmas
down the
cheer.
chimney?
Wait a second.
That's it.
Did you just
All
say
alone.
Christmas magic?
Magic.
I was asking you to dispel that.
Now
and give
we
us some
do
logic.
know. We do know
Yes.
that Santa's sled
Yes.
is capable of hypersonic flight,
Really?
which is more than 5 times the speed of
I was
sound.
like, you sure I
I think I
can't
want to
leave?
talk about car
You sure I
insurance.
can't
Like the
leave?
Millennium Falcon?
Like the Millennium Falcon. Now, I was asked as a former pilot and aeronautics expert
Yeah.
to provide this.
Nonsense that I was waiting for like, wow.
He's going to throw his credentials out
that's-
there and then say
well, how
Christmas
else would
magic.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me throw my credentials out there and say
How else
Christmas
would
magic.
with a craft
Myself.
with no wings generate lift?
Egomaniac.
All right, ladies.
Now, notice who's missing.
Rudolph.
Mrs.
Rudolph.
Claus.
You know why Rudolph is missing?
He's off.
Look at the weather.
He was up playing
It's
Rainy
not a
Day.
foggy Christmas Eve. You don't need to pay him to guide the
Because
sleigh
you know
tonight.
Dasher and
cutbacks
Dancer.
everywhere.
Well,
I
John
just figured
Santo,
I was
thank
playing
you for
Rainbow
that.
Games.
I expertly researched this.
That
I a
is-
little more.
Did you go to the library and take that book out?
I have this book in my house.
Listen to
No,
me.
he wrote it.
I didn't
At
ask
the
him.
I brought a very
Library.
8th grade reading level book. I have more advanced.
I did not ask him to do this today. You would think I asked him a half hour ago. That was 4 days of research yesterday. 4 days
of research.
Hey, I
4 days of
I wish
research.
I had
Talking
4
about
days
you.
to do
Let's
that.
recap, people. The reason Santa's sleigh flies according to our flight expert,
Aeronautics.
Christmas magic.
Christmas magic.
Thank you, John. Good job.
Thank you.
That's
Good
great.
job.
What's next week,
feel
though? How
better.
it gets down the chimney? Is that next week?
That's after Christmas.
Only if he asks.
Thank you, John.
magic.
Thank you very much.
John's
See
got to
you.
leave.
I'll
He's
see
got to
you.
get ready for his
here's my
radio
wife's
show.
cookies.
Leave your wife cookies.
Thank
My
you.
wife's cookies.
Thank you,
Thank-
Mrs. Santo.
Thank you.
Save some for less.
right.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
I-
I'm going to stick my finger in a few so
Yeah,
nobody
Kevin,
takes
you
them.
want some?
Remember
These
Well,
have
you just
Hershey's
lick 'em.
Kisses
There you
in
go.
them.
All right, we forgot
Wait,
you.
wait.
Now. Hold on, we got him on hold.
What are
Give
they,
me one
fake
for
cookies?
less.
Like they're fake?
What's that?
Hold on.
It's like they're not even real.
Yes. Bring the cookie.
Oh, I gotta bring Bobby
I
one.
just want to try one.
All right, we got John Salerno on the phone.
Hi, John. I can't give you a cookie.
Hello, John Salerno.
That's all right. I got you.
All right, is there any way, Bobby, we can hear him a little louder?
I'll eat the rest later. Just not.
Santo, have a great show.
Yeah, he will. He
Just told
will.
you have a great show.
Thank you,
He will. You can move over one, Kev.
You got a lot of chips in that one, huh?
So, John Salerno, retired NYPD. Move over here. Move
I'll
over
run
here.
fast.
Oh, I'm moving over next to you.
Retired NYPD, moved out near Dallas, Texas, and is doing some unbelievable work out there for veterans, for first responders. He has his own talk show. He does stand-up comedy. If you had to give up one job, I'd give up the stand-up comedy, John.
Unreal.
And he will be going with John Santo and I to Florida. We're going to have a ball. Welcome, John Salerno,
Welcome.
Thank you, brother.
retired NYPD. What's doing, brother?
NYPD.
Not much, man. I just want to say one thing to Kevin.
Which
I
Kevin?
caught his podcast the other day on Facebook.
Oh, we talk about
Hello?
your podcast.
I learned a lot about 288.
There you go. Thank you, brother.
It was good. He did a nice job. I was really surprised knowing
it
him. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
The
So
underhanded
tell us,
kindness.
And,
tell us about some of the work. Why did you move to Texas, John?
To meet Sandy Cheeks.
I mean, that's a long story, brother. You know that is because, I've been fighting PTSD through the job for a long time.
I know.
And things just started building up, and then I finally, I said, I need a fresh place.
So you needed
You
a
there?
change.
New start.
I'll eat it later.
Yeah, I needed a change, man. I needed a change. And it actually, it saved my life.
Yeah, and they're very lucky to have you out there. Tell us about that one project. You're working on so many different freaking things. Every time I'm on there, I'm going, geez, I'm sitting on the couch watching the game, and this guy is saving the world. Let me get out there and do something. So you inspire me every day, brother.
Oh man, stop! You inspire me, and I don't do it alone. I have a lot of help. I'm with the Third Watch Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club. I got so many non-for-profits that help. It's not me. I'm just part of the wheel.
Well, you do good work. Tell us about the latest thing that you're working on there.
All right. Well, since moving down here, and I always say paths cross for a reason. I was doing some fundraising shows and some charity work, and I met up with Sam Horowitz, who's a retired Secret Service agent down here with the Travis Manion Foundation.
I met her at your Super Bowl party.
Yeah, and she was in Tower 1 when the planes hit. She was in the elevator. She was going up to her office, and we just started discussing a few things, and we said, we were looking at the suicides in law enforcement. We were looking into suicides in military. Right now we have over 4,000 military and about 216 as of yesterday, because we lost that officer from Mobile, Alabama. 216 officers so far this year have taken their lives. So we started a thing called the Badge of Honor Healing Our Heroes. It's a workshop, a free workshop for for first responders, military, and their families, because we want to stop the stigma. We want to stop officers and retired officers from taking their lives, and we want to try to make a change.
Good stuff. The organization that we did a show for out in Denver, Building Warriors. You guys should network with them a little bit, because they're only 2 years old. But they're doing some good stuff, and it's very similar. So maybe you guys could share some ideas.
I have a friend of mine also who runs something called Crisis Response International, and they go to disaster sites, and it was born out of 9/11. He was down there, and just recently he felt that he should give more attention to these rescuers with PTSD. So he's also doing something similar, which is good. Maybe you guys can all... I'll give John information.
It's wonderful how all these organizations are doing this.
Yeah, could have saved my marriage.
I can tell you after 9/11, we had a counselor come to the firehouse.
All the time.
All the time. And I think a lot of the guys were resistant. Nice. No,
No, I don't think so.
You think the guys were open to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
My
I know
ex wasn't.
I from Marriage Encounter. I went to Marriage Encounter.
Oh my
was
God.
familiar with Marriage Encounter, Retrovi, my wife and I. So I was somebody that was used to sharing feelings. But a lot of guys are not used to sharing feelings. So organizations like this are great. So you're doing that. What about the Walk the Bridge thing you do?
Well, that's what we do. Every month we walk the bridge on the 22nd of every month, and we usually get anywhere between 80 and 100 people to walk the bridge religiously. And it's to raise awareness, and we've sparked the ears of a lot of politicians who've trying to put programs in place, and we're trying to get rid of the post-traumatic stress disorder. We want to drop that D and put an I in it. It's a post-traumatic stress injury, because no one comes on a job with a disorder. All right, it's just like if you broke your arm on a job. You see a traumatic event, it's going to injure your brain. It's not that you have a mental health issue; it's that you were injured in the line of duty.
That's good. Interesting, yeah.
And it should be treated. It should be treated as such. It shouldn't be treated as a mental health disorder. What we're trying to do, our big thing, is to, and especially with a lot of the young kids and this generation, going into the fire service, going into EMS, and going into the police department. We want them to, not even at the academy level, at the applicant investigation level, warn these kids that are coming on a job what they are going to see, what they're about to encounter in their career. Because a lot of them are very shocked when they get on a job. They think it's all about saving lives and what they see on TV. It's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
When I got into the academy, I'll remember this forever. And it's going to be probably it's part of the book that I'm writing on. You've joined the greatest show on earth, And our academy sergeant turned around and said, "Hey, now you guys are part of the greatest show on earth. 4th of July, Times Square, Macy's Day Parade, all these great events, but they all come with a price.
Sure.
They don't tell you about the triple homicides. They don't tell you about the abuses, the dead kids, and everything else. So a lot of young kids coming on a job aren't aware of this.
Yeah.
Did you ever see a special, on 60 Minutes? They took a veteran and they did something. He suffered terribly with post-traumatic stress disorder, and they did a surgery of something, did something in his neck, and he came out and he's like, I feel completely different.
Really?
Yes. I wish I knew the name. Look it up on a...
No.
Yes, and the guy, I think you have to go every 6 months, but he just put a little something in his neck, and the guy said, I feel completely different. And I'm like, why aren't they publicizing this?
Yeah.
would
So
have
many
to see
people. I
it.
heard of
mean,
EMDR too. I don't know if you've heard of that.
That's the
Yeah,
eye movement thing?
EMDR.
EMDR. Yeah, have you heard of that?
Yep, it's a wonderful treatment. I've
Right.
heard a lot of people have had success stories with
Yes.
EMDR, and they don't push EMDR,
Why?
which is a bad thing.
You're not kidding. It should be covered too. I mean, I've known people who have done it and have seen results. So, I mean, it works.
Yeah, John,
Well,
you were mentioning, John, about...
without getting
ahead.
political, the reason EMDR they don't want to push the issue with EMDR is because they rather push everybody with medication.
Tell me
Right,
about it.
right.
I know. I agree.
You know,
Ugh.
but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a whole nother 5-hour show.
Yeah, Kevin, you wanted to say
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, John, you brought up a good point as far as letting these applicants know what they're in for. When I was in the academy, I think it was 10 weeks maybe, basically week 10, they showed a video of close calls. When things go wrong, they had a
Right.
guy who suffered severe burns at a fire. That shouldn't be happening at week 10. You know, we're all
No.
trying to, make this nicer, gentler occupation to get up numbers that, that the city's looking to get up. I don't think this is a job that should be, minimized, or the qualifications should be reduced based on the fact that the things that we see needs to be, made clear right up front. Absolutely.
I also want to add, I've
I
heard
agree.
that two people can look at the same thing, and some brains, given background and experienced childhood, could be more predisposed to getting the PTSD than somebody, let's say, like me. Like my ex had a traumatic childhood. I didn't. We both could watch things fall, and he walks away with the PTSD, and I don't.
Right,
That's
right.
definitely something that could be screened in the academy.
You know, when I left the job, they tell us, put in for disability for different things, and I put in for post-traumatic stress syndrome, and I went down to St. Vinny's Hospital for an hour, and what am I going to do? I'm going to sit there and look sad or put on? I sat with the guy for an hour, I had him laugh, and I left. And he goes, "Oh, you're fine." That was the test. That was
my God.
Because I didn't want to go down there and put on a
Pulling
show.
on yourself?
Yeah.
But there's also nightmares.
So you're fine.
And
You're fine.
nightmares.
Yeah.
A lot of.
But see, John,
Yep.
you there?
I'm here, babe. I'm here. I'm listening.
Hey, you just said a great. You brought up a great point.
Yeah, that doesn't happen
I
often,
just
so
wanna-
thank you.
And I don't, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but before I forget it, you said you didn't feel sad, when you went there. And you know what? Some guys don't. But you know what? What PTSI does to you, it stops your brain from functioning in the normal capacity than it would at other times.
Yes.
So yeah, you could still have some happy emotions that you don't want, but it's the triggers that will affect you later on, and it's the sights, the smells, the sounds, certain things that will trigger that emotional response. That is, the hypervigilance and everything else that that you never had before. What I'm finding now too is that certain words and phrases we're starting to teach family members not to use, because certain things like that can trigger anger responses.
Yeah.
Because think about this, and when you go to hostage negotiation, you're talking to jump her off the bridge. You want to be careful with your words. You don't want them to jump, right?
Right.
So families who are not schooled or knowledgeable about PTSI may say the wrong words. May inadvertently say like, "Hey, get over it."
Right.
Things you shouldn't say. So. We're trying, bro. We're trying.
You're doing good work. Tell us a little bit about the comedy stuff you're doing out there. Have you done any Laughter Saves Live shows?
No, we haven't done any laughs.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wah, wah, wah.
Next caller.
Next caller.
Next
right.
caller.
We got some planned for 2020. Right now, we're doing some Ion First Responders shows that T-Mobile has sponsored for us. What we do here is every month we honor a first responder throughout Texas.
Nice.
That we give them a little gift basket and a little trophy and stuff like that. So, but in 2020, we're going to be doing a lot of Laughter Saves Live shows. I'm hoping, and I'm looking forward to February to do yours.
Yeah, going to Florida. One of my favorite shows that I talk about all the time. We went down to Texas. I was teaching out there because I'm very smart and I teach. I set you up. I set you up. And I'm setting up.
Sometimes silence, bro. That's right.
So I went down and we did. What was the guy's name that we did the show for outside of Dallas?
Oh, the firefighter from Louisville?
That got electrocuted.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name now.
He
I'm
said
sorry, I
something to
forgot.
me that was one of the most powerful messages I ever got. All his friends who had run room for the first time since this guy got hurt 5 years ago, hit the back
Right.
of the dryer with his hook and thought the power was off.
Yep.
It blew him across the room and broke his back, and every muscle in his body got contorted. So 5 years later, he still can't work. He's still going to therapy a few times a week. So John finds the guy. I'm going out to teach. We do the show. We present them with a few bucks at the end of the night. All his family was there, all his friends, for the first time in 5 years, really. And he was so moved. And a few months later, I contacted him and I said, can I pay one of your bills? Are you doing it right? I think I made a car payment. And he sent me a message. When you run a foundation, when you start something like it's a lot of work. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm just saying some days you're like, I don't want to do this. You're human. I don't want. It's too much work. He sent me an email, and all it said was, "You're making it. Thank you. You don't know how much I needed this money today. You're making a difference." I started to cry. I read it. I started to cry. I go, "We're doing it.
Right.
We're doing it," and that meant a lot to me. John was the one that introduced me to him, and that was a great night.
Well, one thing about Laughter Saves Lives, John, is, not every city, and like Louisville, when he got electrocuted, that was it. He doesn't get a pension.
Yeah.
He doesn't get
How
3/4.
does he
He
not
doesn't
get a
get
pension?
workman's comp. He's out.
Yeah.
A lot of these
they
small
don't get a pension down
communities
there?
don't take care
It
of
was in Dallas.
once they're done, they're done.
Really?
Not like a big city fire department where you get hit and you can go 3/4, or you it's non-union out here. You're done. You don't get a paycheck.
And his wife was trying to start that business, right?
Right. Yep. And they had 2 small kids.
Yeah.
So once that happens, you're done. Your workman's comp runs out. Now, your wife's got to get out there and work 100 hours a week.
Yeah. You know what? We got to try to find him just to see how he's doing.
I see him post every once in a while online. I haven't asked him. I haven't reached out. I know you were talking to him with, a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Let's try
we
to see
can
how
reach
he's
back
doing.
out to him.
Because we just had the gala. Maybe if he's, if he needs something, we could pay a bill. I mean, I got a few bucks in the account right now.
Especially around Christmas time.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him this week. I'll definitely reach out to him.
All right. Well, is there
All right.
anything else that you want to close with?
I have a question.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Kevin has a question for you.
By any chance, did you subscribe to my channel while you were watching it? That's key.
Yeah, because you get
No, I
Kevin's
did not.
asking,
Very
Kevin's
important.
asking a very selfish question.
I hit like.
Kevin
I
wants
hit
to know-
subscribe, I shared it.
Listen,
You
John,
shared it too?
Tell them to subscribe
John,
also.
Yeah. Hit the notification button.
Forget about the post-traumatic stress discussion. Did you subscribe to his page? Is what he wants
Come
to
on,
know.
he needs to make
I
money.
thought he had like I'm like, oh my God, Kevin's
Too
going to
soon?
ask an emotional
Too
question.
soon? Too soon. Yeah, I was going to use that. Too soon?
Jeez,
Too soon?
Too soon. I didn't want to use the thing from
yet.
the other guys when he's on
Well-
the bullhorn going, everybody down here's murmuring, they don't think you're going to do it. Saying the right things when the guy was on the left.
Right.
Right.
John, thanks for calling in, buddy.
Awesome, boy.
Hey, listen, if I just
Need a
plug one
bullhorn
thing
and a
before
priest.
I go.
Yes.
All right, listen. I know you guys are in New York, but if anybody else here in the Midwest is listening, January 29th at the Rockwell DA's office, we're going to be hosting one of those Healing the Heroes Badge of Honors. It's okay to not be okay workshops. It's free. It's 9 a.m. Go on to badgeofhonor.com and you can register. And it's for family members, first responders, and military personnel. God bless you guys for everything you do. Thank you very much. John, I'll talk to you very soon.
And remember
I
to
can't
pray.
wait, my brother. You're doing good work.
Remember to pray.
Love
Same with
you.
you. Every day I do.
Okay.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too, brother.
Take care.
I can't say I love you.
And let me say, this guy is doing so many different things out there. It's amazing. It's just amazing.
When did he go out there? Would I have met him? Or no?
Oh,
Years ago?
Yeah. He's actually a friend of Frank Fiala's. That's how I met him. Frank worked with him as a cop.
Okay.
That's how I met John. And we went out there. We did a few shows.
Manhattan, Brooklyn. Do you know where he was?
I did not. We did a show for I think it was for the Dallas PD, and it was in a Studio 54 throwback type place. They were trying to recreate this. So we get there.
Did you dress appropriate?
I did dress appropriate. So we get there, and the place is freaking empty. The news came outside. They interviewed us. We walk in. Nobody showed up for this show. It was our first Laughter Saves Lives show. Well, not really our first, but one of our first on the road. So now you know what Facebook is like and all this stuff. People like, oh, Laughter Saves Lives. So they had a beautiful background with my logo on it, like a projected background, and there were 6 people there, all family members of John. I got the waitresses to sit in these seats, and I got it all cropped on an angle. Laughter Saves Lives hits Dallas, and it looks so cool with the backdrop.
Oh my God!
What do they say, right? Perception is reality,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
So
God.
now I gave it
6
away,
people.
but it was kind of funny. We performed in front of like 8 people.
Oh, that's tough.
But then we had the other show the other night for this guy, so it made up for it.
What show?
The guy that
Oh,
the
John
show,
Salerno.
the
Oh,
guy
okay.
we were just talking about. So good, John Salerno. We got about 5 minutes left here. I had another topic I wanted to talk about here.
Car insurance.
Car insurance. You wanted to. You got anything about the car insurance? Because I know
Yes.
here's what my insurance agent told me today. If you didn't report that broken window, my insurance would have went down $3,000.
Tons. Yeah. And
She goes, call me in 6 months. You're going to be in good shape. But freaking window that was broken, a garage in Manhattan. I was doing a comedy show with a rental car. They brought the car out. I hopped in the car. I turned the corner and I went, oh my God.
Why
the
did you
windshield's
report it
cracked.
to yours and not get the insurance through the rental car?
I never get my insurance to the
Covered.
rental
Always
car.
$15.
Never.
This way, that doesn't affect your
$15.
insurance.
Maybe for one day, but I never get it. But you're right. I should.
Because now your rates are up.
Well, you know what?
Are you incorporated?
Yes. But I have my lease under my rental, my lease car. But
You can't write
you're
anything off
right.
anymore.
You're right now because I learned a lesson.
Yikes.
Today, especially when she said, oh, what was this claim for, $160? I go, I don't remember. She goes, let me call you back. And she goes, it was a broken window. I go, oh my God, that garage.
That's
I
why your
didn't
rate
think
rates-
about not filing it.
This is what you do. I'll hide my face, but don't list your children on your policy.
Somebody told me the same thing.
Yes, and my son just had an accident doing this. This is number 4.
Wait, he was not on the policy and he had an accident?
He's not
Occasional
a
driver.
listed driver.
Yeah, not a listed
So
driver.
I said it was my truck, and sure enough, he rear ends a woman. Thank God, not a major damage, but of course, he rear ends a Mercedes with a pregnant woman, 6 months.
Oh.
In the ambulance, they go. I don't even know what the claim is, but they called me up and they said, this guy's not listed. And I said, well, that's because he doesn't live here. I have a lease to prove that he doesn't live there, but the license doesn't say it, so we shall see.
How many cars, how many drivers?
I have 1 car. I'm sorry, I'm the one driver in 3 vehicles.
I don't
5
see how you can
vehicles.
get away with that if there's
I
3
have been
cars.
$2,400.
Yeah.
Now we'll see. To be continued, because I don't
right.
know what they're going to say. I have the lease to prove, and then if they're going to make me, I'll make him go and change his license to the address where the
My
lease
daughter
is.
goes away to school.
So does mine.
They're
But I have
occasional
2
drivers.
cars, 3 drivers.
They're occasional drivers, that's all.
Yeah.
I didn't even. I
goes-
put
But
no.
Kevin, I only have 2 cars.
Oh.
If I had 3 cars, they're going to look at that and go, well, she brings the car to school. How can you tell me she's not bringing that car to... What do you do with 3 cars?
I have 5 cars.
Well, all right.
Under one name. Yeah, I have 3.
My
I
wife
mean,
is on. I'm sorry, my wife is on the policy too.
Right. I mean,
That's
it's
it.
a little
I got my
ridiculous. I have
son.
2 pickup trucks, a motorcycle, and a Mercedes.
Well, I learned the hard way.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, we shall see. And like I said to my son, if there is a difference, you'll pay it. He's like, oh, come on, Mom. It was just a bumper. And I'm like,
Oh, it's
you
a lot
have
of money.
no clue about
My
life.
daughter's
It's just
first-
a bumper. I'm
My
like, you
daughter's first total was a rear end getting onto the parkway. They stopped. Like she did one of these, I'm getting in because they're
Yes,
moving.
that's annoying
right?
when they
Turned
stop. I
around.
hate that.
They stopped for no reason.
Yes.
Rear-ended them. Ambulance came, took them all to the hospital. They all walked out of the hospital. Ultimately, the insurance company settled for $90,000.
90. See,
$90,000 they paid out.
My son
this
got hit
woman
by a
walked
drunk
out of the
driver.
ER.
My son got hit by a drunk driver, broke his kneecap, and the most he'll walk away with is they said 40. It all
amazing.
depends on what the other person carries.
So
And then
just
do the
be
underinsurance.
careful. Shop for your car insurance, number 1. Shop around.
At this
That's-
point, I'm whoever will
But
take me.
she said to me 6 months from now, you'll be in good shape. That's what she said the last time, and my wife called me a half hour later and went,
Yeah, me too.
"I just
That's
got
exactly
it."
right. 6 years, we just said. 6 years from now, we'll be okay. Exactly, because when he's
6
25,
months from now,
26.
she said, I'll be okay.
What happened with that accident?
My wife has had 4 accidents in a year
That's
and 9
my daughter.
months.
Oh my
my
God, that's the
daughter.
Cherokee. Remember, you couldn't come to the show.
She flipped a Grand Cherokee.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
that's the night, right.
Now, in her defense, I saw the ring, you know how you have the ring video from the front door. She was going slow. She's like, you know, she was trying to
in
be
front of
like,
the
oh,
house?
this stupid Jeep flipped. I was like, it flipped after you hit a parked car. like I'm sorry, the parked car didn't jump out and flip you over, you know.
We gotta go.
She's like,
But-
they're so bad.
Here's
Yeah.
what my wife said to me. I was at the Guy Lombardo Boulevard and Atlantic Avenue. She's turning, and she's going to turn. And she said she looked, and she saw that it was a motorcycle coming a mile away. And as she turned, the motorcycle hit the front of the car, and I go, oh my God, he was going 250 miles an hour, honey.
Right, exactly.
And she
yeah.
called me to the accident. She calls me on the phone. The car looks great. I'm yelling at her in the window. The cop is yelling at me. And I go, why did you call me first? Call 911.
911.
No. 'cause you
I
guys
go,
are
what
supposed
did you
to-
do? So
When
anyway,
he's going through a 4-way stop sign, hits the back of a car.
Bobby, we got to wrap it
It's
up
always
here.
expensive car.
We're going to be back in
never
2
a
weeks.
2000 Hyundai like I'm
2
driving.
weeks for Laughter Saves Lives. We'll do the
my
New
minivan
Year's
was
show.
a shitty cheap
And do I have a guest lined up for that show already? I don't think
Oh
so.
my God.
Guys, say goodnight.
Good night.
Later.
Good
Thank
night.
you so much. Laughter Saves Lives Live. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you very much. Good night.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the beer? The circle the lips, play ball. Play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball. Play ball. Take off the caps. Time for the song.